I was just talking about counting the blessings through the fall, turn my pain into a plan. Now I'm answering the call. Heavy is the crown, but I wore through it all. I no capping when I'm snapping, no for pain. I'm
Started running the block, now I'm coaching every play. Back when it was crimson and blue, repping KU every day from Texas to Lawrence Nights. I was built for the grind, learned the game, the struggles turned that pain to a shine. Turf burns on my arms, rings deep in my chest. Every snap was a war, I was fighting for respect. Taking J-Hawk, that name still ring out by the style. Fit of me was made as J-Hawk. Talking about counting blessings through the fall. It's one thing to a plan, now I'm answering the call. Heavy is the crown.
Welcome to a new segment called Future Sundays, the film room scouting segment of where we dial in on one NFL prospect each week. We'll talk through tape and talk about different traits and characteristics. I'm your host, of course, Texas Jayhawk. Today, for the first one, we're going to break down Notre Dame's rising star, Jeremiah Love, a big play athlete with serious NFL upside. A little background on him real quick. 6 foot, 214 pounds. He's a 4-star recruit from St. Louis, Missouri. Played high school ball at a place called Christian Brothers College. He led his team to back-to-back state championships in 2021 and 2022, earning Missouri Gatorade Player of the Year. So let's jump into what he did at Notre Dame. Last season, he had 500-yard rushing performances. He had a 98-yard touchdown run against Indiana in the college football playoff, which is the longest run in CFP history. He scored a touchdown in every game last year, which is a Notre Dame record. Early projections of him in the 26th draft, he could possibly be obviously a first-day guy, even a first-rounder. All right, so we got a little background on him. Let's go to some film. All right, so first thing we're going to get into, one of the traits of a great running back is change of direction. So right here, you see he's patient to the line, but then he bursts. And I know I'm naming all these different characteristics, but it needs to be noted that right here, as he feels, sticks his foot, change direction right there, makes a cut, runs through an arm tackle. Let's look at the end zone. Right here. Boom. Right there. It's a good job of changing the direction, getting vertical. Here we are against Miami. These are talented defenses this kid is making plays with or against. Right there. A little jump cut, sticks his foot, goes left, gets vertical, runs through an arm tackle. That is great change of direction right there. Really, in layman's terms and just simplifying things, change of direction is going one direction and then changing it to another as fast as and quickly as possible. Okay, this next trait, you can, we'll call it contact balance, but some terms are just balance, yards after contact, competitive toughness. This falls under all of those traits or categories, in my opinion. Right here, let to run an outside zone scheme. Fits up well inside, spins off a guy. That contact finishes, lowers his pads. He's hit at about the 26-yard line. Ends up getting to almost to the marks him at about the 27, 28, so about a yard and a half. He's got other film and other clips, which we'll see where, he definitely moves piles and just has great contact balance, yards after contact. See him fit up in there. Makes a spin, gets himself together, able to square his pads up and go finish the run effectively and physically. All right, here's another example, USC. Boom. Hit at about the 48, runs through that arm tackle, then finishes with physicality. He's hit at about the 42-yard line, moves the pile to the 30 to their 32-yard line. Look at that finish again. Here's the end zone view. You know, we're trying to. Well, right now I'm categorizing each trait or each ability by itself within the film, but we can walk through from snap to finish on everything this kid does well. Right here, you see. Right here, you see when this play starts, squares up, great first step, great burst, great yards after contact ability or contact balance, finishes his runs, competitive toughness, long speed, all these things this kid displays almost every one of his runs right there. Elusiveness right there, combined with break tackle ability. Then he finishes physically protecting the ball. Great ball security example right there as well. Hardly lets the first guy get him. Another arm tackle right there. That's a D lineman. That's a linebacker or defensive end. Two arm tackles. Burst, accelerate. Great finish. Let's look at the end zone. 1, 2, accelerate, touchdown. Right here. Another great example. Contact at about the 37-yard line. Boom. Sticks his hand down. Gets up to about the 43-yard line. Great finisher. So his competition is definitely top tier that he's doing these runs and making plays. And I mean, that's just impressive physical running by that kid. Two tackles right there. Stays skinny, runs through an arm tackle, runs through another leg swipe, almost tries to get his hand down, hit at the 45, finishes at the opposite end on the 49-yard line. Here we go. Got a wildcat situation, 4th and 1, gotta have it. Catches the snap, gets first downs, still moves the pile. First contact was about at the what? About the 19, 18, 17-yard line. Finishes about the 12-yard line. Great contact balance, great yards after contact, great play strength. Right here, this kid, he breaks this tackle off of York. He's a hell of a player. This linebacker's a good player here. I know he's already engaged with a block, gets a hand on him, uses his off arm as a weapon, finishes. Contact was made at the 9, 8-yard line. Pops him off. Kid gets another chance to tackle him. Still doesn't get the job done. Finishes in the end zone. Look at his teammates. All right, let's look at some examples of his acceleration and long speed. You can even throw burst in there as well. Right here on the -25. I think this is the first offensive play they ran Notre Dame in this game. Got a split zone look, just a zone look. He just finds the hole and gets out burst. That's a fast 65 yards right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good job staying straight ahead. Straight ahead. Doesn't drift much until he's got to try to run away from the defender. Uses his off arm. DB makes a good play. See the acceleration here, fits it, sticks his foot, goes to split those DBs, gets 1 or 2 more yards after contact. All right, let's go to elusiveness, or as I like to say, make you miss. One of my favorite traits right here: escapability, just the ability to make defenders miss you. Simple as that. Just the way he could stop and start, stick his foot. At first, it looks like he makes 23 miss, but he gets blown up when he tries to blitz through. Here we go, Miami. That's one guy right here. Uses his off arm as a weapon. That's fine. Oh, goes airborne. That's something that he's kind of known for, but he's also talked in interviews how he's trying to cut down on that. A lot of GMs, coaches, they get worried about that, but you got to let a natural runner be a runner. This kid is special. I wouldn't coach this, and I wouldn't advise every player to do this. Only certain players can do this, and that's just, we don't use the word instincts when you talk about breaking down prospects, but he has that ability, explosiveness. All fits into the category of making you miss, escapability, elusiveness. It's a hell of a play. All right, let's talk about a little pass catching right here. Like I stated earlier in some of his stats and background, he used on a lot of swings and a lot of sit routes right here. Just noticing the ability right here, just natural, comfortable pass catcher right here. Not trying to catch it with his body, or doesn't have to move his body at different levels to make the catch to adjust to the ball. Ball thrown, extends his arms, catches with his hands, nice soft hands. Natural pass catcher right there. Another swing route, good hands, good extension of the arms. Get him in space. Notre Dame doesn't ask him to do a lot pass game wise, especially in this offense right here. Um, flat routes, swing routes, check downs, things of that nature. Great job right here running the rail. It's a hell of a play right there. Great hands. For him to make a play or catch like that, extending his arm in a game at that speed, tells me another thing about his ability, that he's got big hands, which is important. So he's able to make plays like that. They they dump him out the back door on a rail route. Quarterback overthrows him a little bit, but he makes a great adjustment, uses his athletic ability, extends his arms, makes a great one-handed catch. That definitely gets scouts' attention. So you can tell this kid has big hands to be able to have the ability to do that. Finish runs, touchdown. All right, let's go to some pass blocking right now. And this is something that, would definitely have to be improved on. But like I say, Notre Dame doesn't ask him to do much as far as putting him in both A gaps, even out to the B gaps. Right here is a great example of him chipping and actually being effective on the chip block. Help the tackle, turns him back in, knocks the guy on his feet. That's assignment completed right there. So in that sense, if he's swinging, he's free releasing. Let's help our O line out. Good chip, good physical chip. The kid's 6 foot, over 215 pounds, so he definitely felt that. Right here is an example. I think we're about to see a quarterback ISO. Now this is where we would like to see him use his hands better, fit up on guys and drive his feet. Right here, he's kind of a shoulder blocker and kind of blocks the guy into the ball carrier. Now at the next level, that would be a MA. That would be, a missed assignment, because you want to get in here, square up on this guy, get your hands on him and drive him so the runner can have a two-way go. but he kind of just shoulder blocks him, and he shoulder blocks him into the ball carrier. Right here, does a good job of setting up, but we like to see him get a little further into the line so he's not so much on the quarterback, depending on if he gets blown back on impact from the rusher, because this guy's coming on a free release. All right, here we go. Good check. Kind of, kind of slowed the rusher down, but he's lost in it now. Ball's already thrown, but I like to see him do a better job of not giving his shoulder or giving this so much of his back. You see the tackle has one side, use that other side, same shoulder, same foot, and pop him. Give a good chip block there. It's a hell of a catch. Right here. Here we go. Now he's stepping in. Got mug backers. B gap blocker right here. Don't stop your feet. But he's so strong, gets the job done. This kid has tools. He's got strength. Just imagine if he uses the right technique. He uses the right technique, brings his hands, sees what he hits, drives his feet, takes this defender where he wants to go. This kid's could possibly be a very good to an elite blocker. Good job. First impact. Regather yourself and go work. 21 gave up. He must, 21. He gave 21 a good shot. But we're talking about technique and traits right here. Just you got to finish this guy. So my projection for this kid is that he's a every down back you can win with. He will thrive in zone and gap scheme offenses. Defenses will have to account for him due to his pass catchability as well. Has good long speed, like I said earlier, acceleration, change of direction, and very good decisiveness. He's adequate in the blocking game, but he has the ability to protect the quarterback in the NFL. I think he projects to be a quality to a high-end starter in the NFL very early in his career. He's got very good height and weight. He has an athletic build with a rangy frame. He has good athletic ability with a good combination of change of direction, like we said earlier. His quickness and explosion and agility is elite, as well as his elite contact balance. If I was to give a grade on this kid right now, he's at a 9 out of a 10, 9.0 out of 10. That's a late first round grade. Checks the boxes for modern NFL running backs. Burst, versatility, receiving. He needs improved technique in the blocking game and the passing game, but he's got a high ceiling, and he compares best with Jahmyr Gibbs, who's a stud. Well, that wraps up our very first breakdown of NFL prospects with Jeremiah Love. Next week, we're going to spotlight Michigan's Justice Haynes. So let me know what you think about the new segment. Subscribe, like, send some comments, any ideas you would like to see or any players you would like to see. This is Texas Jayhawk. No fluff, no hype, just ball. See ya.
I was just talking about counting the blessings through the fall, turn my pain into a plan. Now I'm answering the call.